starting with the early development of frog, and in today's lecture we will study about the cleavage and blastulation process in the frog. In frogs, males and female gametes are released into the external environment and fertilization takes place in the shallow water. So this kind of fertilization is called as the external fertilization. However, egg has a definite polarity before fertilization as vegetal and has only the dense yolk, whereas animal part has the negligible amount of the yolk. So in case of amphibians, the point of sperm entry is also very crucial because it determines the dorsal ventral polarity of the future embryo. The point of sperm entry marks the ventral side of the embryo. It means the point at which sperm enters into the egg is going to make the ventral side of the future embryo. Whereas the site 180-degree opposite the point of sperm entry will mark the dorsal side. It means the side which is opposite of the sperm entry will make the future dorsal part of the embryo. The sperm centriole, which enters the egg during the process of fertilization, organizes various parallel tracts in the egg, and these tracts allow the cortical cytoplasms to rotate with respect to the inner cytoplasm. In zygote, the cortical cytoplasm rotates about 30 degree with respect to the internal cytoplasm. Here in image A, you can see the egg is divided into two poles, animal pole and vegetal pole. At the animal pole, you can see an outermost layer of very dark pigment, and this layer is pigmented cortical cytoplasm. Below this layer is present a gray colored layer of cytoplasm which is having less number of pigment. And on the left side of the picture you can see the point of sperm entry and these pink colored lines of microtubular tracts which are going to move the dark pigmented cortical region against this lower light, or you can say gray cytoplasm. In image B, you can see the movement of pigmented cortical cytoplasm at an angle of 30 degree with respect to the lower light cytoplasm, as a result of which the gray crescent is formed. So this gray crescent is the area which is exposed during the movement of dark pigmented cortical plasm on the gray cytoplasm. So what is this gray crescent? Gray crescent is crescent-like in shape and gray-colored area developing on the surface of frog egg opposite to the sperm entry. This area is present just opposite the point where the sperm enters into the egg during the fertilization, and it is developed as a result of cytoplasmic movement stimulated by sperm into the egg. It appears just above the margin where the yellow-white vegetal pole material merge with the darkly pigmented animal pole region. So it is just present on the equatorial line in the middle of the egg, and gray crescent marks the future dorsal side of the embryo. Therefore, we can say that gray crescent area is the area which fixes up the final symmetry of the egg, and you can say the future embryo. In the two lower images you can see the outer surface of the zygote in which different areas are shown: pigmented, uh, very dark pigmented area on the animal region, gray crescent on the middle of the egg, or you can say now egg turned zygote, and the lower part which is very light, or you can say white in color, is the vegetal region. In the second image, cleavage is going to start, and which we are going to discuss in the next slide. Cleavage in most of the frog embryos is radially symmetrical and holoblastic. As there is presence of moderate quantity of yolk in case of the frog, so this yolk causes an impediment to the cleavage. The first division begins at the animal pole and slowly extends down into the vegetal region. The cleavage is meridional and bisects the zygote into two identical blastomere. Here you can see the two blastomeres which are formed after the first cleavage, which is passing through this meridional axis, and this is the area present in the middle of the zygote passing through the animal to vegetal pole region. And this cleavage also bisects the gray crescent which we discussed in the previous slide. Second division is also meridional, and it also passes through the animal and vegetal pole region, but the difference from the first one is that this cleavage is at the right angle to the first one, And while the first cleavage furrow is still cleaving the yolk cytoplasm of the vegetal hemisphere, the second cleavage has already begun, because due to the presence of the moderate amount of yolk which is present at the vegetal region, so the cleavage is slow at the vegetal region. And when the first cleavage is going through the vegetal region, the second cleavage has already begun in the animal polar region. Third cleavage is equatorial, and because of this, westally placed yolk, the third cleavage furrow is not at the equator, means it is not exactly at the center of the embryo, but is displaced toward the animal pole, because the moderate quantity of yolk is present at the vegetal region. So the plane passes just above, just little above the middle of the embryo, or you can say just above the equatorial line. And due to this cleavage, 8 blastomeres are formed, out of which 4 blastomeres which are present at the animal pole side are small in size and called as the micromeres, and the blastomeres which are present on the vegetal region are large in size, and these blastomeres are called as the macromeres. So the next cleavage is the fourth cleavage, and which is a set of cleavage in which the planes are vertical, which divide yolkless micromeres more rapidly than the yolk-rich macromeres, and as a result of the fourth cleavage, there will be the production of 6 blastomeres. And at this stage, in case of frog, the blastocele starts to appear. In fifth cleavage, which is horizontal, 4 tier of blastomeres are formed as a result of the fifth cleavage, which are present in the form of a bowl-like structure. So despite their unequal sizes, the blastomeres continue to divide at the same rate, and the cleavage progresses. At the animal region becomes packed with the numerous small cells, while the vegetal region contains a relatively small number of large and yolk-laden macromeres. So because of the presence of yolk at the vegetal region, the divisions or cleavage is fast in the animal polar region as compared to the vegetal region. And numerous cell adhesion molecules keep the cleaving blastomeres together. These blastomeres are attached to each other. They don't separate from each other. And the factor which is causing the adhesion of this blastomere to each other is epicatry. In the right side you can see the images of the cleavage. In the very first image you can see the first cleavage is progressing, and which is moving from the animal to the polar region in the picture which is present in between, and second cleavage has already started. And you can see it is very clear that the first cleavage is not completed when the second cleavage is getting started at the animal pole. In third picture you can see the third cleavage, which is horizontal one, or you can say which is at the slightly above the equatorial region. And later on, after so many cleavages, blastula is formed, and in the last picture a small cavity is shown in the embryo, which is called as the blastocele. And this structure, which is having a wall made up of the cells, and inside a small cavity is present, is called as a blastula. And this blastocele is toward the animal pole region, because at the vegetal pole region there is presence of yolk, so the cavitation is present at the animal pole region. Now moving toward the blastulation, it is the process of formation of blastula. So the blastulation is just the process of formation of blastula, and at the end of the cleavage, the solid ball of the cells give rise to blastula, which consist of number of blastomeres. And the characteristic feature of the blastula stage are the presence of well-defined cavity called blastocele. So blastula will have a cavity inside, so it is the main characteristic of a blastula. In the 32 cell stage, blastula consists of a single layer of cell, and it is called the early blastula. When 32 cells are there, and there is also a starting of the formation of blastocele. At that stage, the blastula is called as the early blastula, and pigmented cells which are present on the animal pole region, and which we call it micromeres, are found in the anterior half, while the yolky macromeres are present in the posterior half of the blastula. And as has been already pointed out, the blastoceles lies entirely in the anterior half because of the presence of uh, yolk in the vegetal half region. The blastula frog is hollow because the cavity is present inside and has a very well developed blastocele. Okay, this is the cavity which we call it blastocele, and it is said to be a coeloblastula because of presence of this cavity inside the blastula. This blastula of frog is called as a coeloblastula.